Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. It's yours truly, LikquidCash. I need it all out the stash, the man, the myth. Hey, listen, man, you are now watching Create a Steady Hustle. What we speak about, it's all about mind over matter. And if it don't elevate your mind, it don't add to your grind, it really don't matter. You dig? And we live. And this episode is all about why do healed people attract broken partners? Let's discuss.
That boy.
Cheers. You are now watching Create a Steady Hustle with LikquidCash.
So it's just me today. No moderators. It's just solo dolo, yours truly, doing everything. But I got my main man with me, Prince. Yeah, Prince is with me today, so we vibing. Right, Prince? We vibing? You good? You chilling with me today? Yeah, he chilling with me today, man. We gonna vibe out, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be us right now. We're gonna do our 1-2 step. We're gonna do what we do when we do what we does, man. Right, Prince? You gotta be good, though. Yeah, you gotta be good. You gotta be relaxed, man. TikTok, what up? I'm live over here on YouTube. Doing what I do when I do what I does. Just having another episode. And we're gonna just get right into it. We're gonna give it a few minutes for a few people to join the room. And we're going to get right into it, man. Give me a second, all right? Let me get everything together. So I left the question in the chat. If you've done the work on yourself, why do you keep ending up with somebody who hasn't? I think it's a great question. It's a question you need to ask yourself. And I think you should come up with the answer. And hopefully, if you can't come up with the answer, I'm able to spark your mind in a certain way where the answer finds you. I miss you too, baby. TikTok, what's goody? We over here, man. We over here with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. We over here, Create a Steady Hustle, YouTube. The link is in the bio. And also the link is in the story. So if you want to join the conversation over here on the live on YouTube, you more than welcome. You all welcome. You dig? Yeah, we're going to have a great episode, man. Like I said again, this episode is geared towards why healed people attract broken partners. And I think we all could relate to that at some point. Well, some of us, not all of us, because some of us are still broken. But I know I could relate to that because I've attracted a few broken people in my lifetime. More than a few, more than I like to admit. And but it's a part of reality, right? But before we get all the way into the show, just give a warm welcome to Prince, man. It's been a while. He ain't been on the show in a while. Say what's up, Prince. Yeah, I know how to get you. You want a treat. Yeah, I know how to get you, man. That's all you want is a treat. You know, I just picked him up from the groomers. He got his perm done. He laid and slayed. You dig? Do your thing, man. Go ahead. Do your thing. Enjoy yourself. Go up top there. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know that's all he want, man. All he want is his treat. That's all he really want. So, yeah, we're going to get right into it, man. I appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me. And I thank y'all for that. I'm on my man in black type vibe today. You feel me? You see the outfit? I'm on my man in black vibe, man. That's just what it is. That's how I'm feeling today, man. I feel like I saved the world, you know? I feel like I could save the world one person at a time, man. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. I mean, each one reach one. If I grow, you grow. And if I share the information with you, then we grow. That's what it's all about over here. Create a Steady Hustle. You know, it's all about mind over matter. And if it don't elevate your mind, and if it don't add to your grind, then it really don't matter. You dig? So that's what we do over here, man. We try to give some words of encouragement. We try to enlighten, and we try to spark the minds of the people that's watching. And even though some things I may say that may offend some people, and some of you may get mad, some of you may get annoyed, some of you may get frustrated, but in all you getting, I want you to get some understanding. That's what's most important. You dig? And I also want to say my condolence to the family of Mr. Goodies. Now, if you've been watching my content for a while now, you know I speak about this restaurant that I used to work at in Far Rockaway, Queens, called Goodies. I just got a text about 24 hours ago from my cousin that still lives in Far Rockaway that told me that Mr. Goody passed away. Unfortunately, we don't know from what, and we don't know what happened. I don't know the full story. He just told me Mr. Goody's passed away, and I would like to say condolence to him and his family. Condolence to, everybody that knows Mr. Goodies. They've been around since I was a kid. And it's a Jamaican restaurant in Far Rockaway, Queens. They've been serving the people for decades now. And man, the food is good. The service is good. The people is good. And I know his kids are definitely missing their dad. His wife is missing him. He was a staple in the community of Far Rockaway, Queens. Man, he just, he gave a lot of young kids jobs, man. He gave me a job when I ain't had no papers. I ain't had no way to make a way. And he saw something in me to hire me to be a dishwasher in his establishment, in his business. And I know some of you guys are too cool for schooling. You can't be a dishwasher because you feel like your pride won't allow you to be one. But I had that Scarface mentality, when I got to New York. I got to get it by hook or crook, you dig? By any means necessary. So, that was one of the first jobs I had. And I appreciated that job because it taught me humbleness. It taught me how to be humble, be grounded, and understand that not everybody starts at the top. There's a process. And this is a part of my process. This is a part of my journey. I didn't know where I was going to be or where I was going to end up. But one thing I did know is that I had a job, I had an opportunity, and I had a choice. Anytime I woke up and God allowed me to, have another day on planet Earth, I have an opportunity and a choice. And I took that opportunity that he gave me, even sometimes I was frustrated being in the back there because, when you cooking those meals for the community, it's a lot of big pots. It's a lot of big pots, and I had to wash a lot of big pots, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Ain't no shame in my game. And like I said, I didn't know where I was going to end up. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know, what the future held for me, but one thing I did know is, man, I had a job, you dig? My homeboy, one of my closest comrade, it's like family, one of my best friends, Swaggy Jeff, he was on the grill. That was the good job. That was the good position. He was on the grill, so he was making sure the jerk chicken was right. That's one of the positions I wanted. I wanted to be on the grill because it was cool to be on the grill because you get to see the people coming in and out of the store or in and out of the restaurant, right? So you get to see what's really going on. If you ever been in a Jamaican restaurant, in Goodies, the grill is right there. The front line is right there with the food. And if you're the person on the grill, you get to see everything. So, I was in the back. I really couldn't see nothing. I really couldn't experience the people walking in and out of the restaurant. I was just tucked away in the back with the cook. And but I wanted to be on the grill, man. But shout out to Jeff, man. He was on that grill doing his thing. And, you know, we came up, man. No lie, man. We still here, and it's a blessing. We still here. And unfortunately, Mr. Goody is not here right now. So, man, I just want to say, you know, man, my heart goes out to him and his family. And I know he's in a better place, you know what I mean? Because, you know more alive than when you die. And I know it's hard for some people to accept that and understand that, but it is what it is, man. Maybe you will learn it later in life. He's in a better place, man, because we never really truly die. The spirit just goes back to the essence. You dig? So he's here and he's watching, he's observing. And I just, like I said again, I just want to pray for his family, and I wish them, you know, nothing but the best. So yeah, how you doing, Prince? You good? Prince is all the way up top there on the couch, chilling. You got your treat? Okay, I got something else for you. Come over here. I know. I got something else for you, man. Come over here. Let the people see you, man. Stop hiding. Let the people see you. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Make sure y'all give me some likes soon as y'all step into the chat. Let me get some likes. Let me get some engagement. Also, support the platform. I told y'all before, it's a give and take relationship. I'm gonna give you some game. All I ask in return, you break yourself for the likes. You hit me off with a super chat if you got a real good question, or if you just like the show and you just want to support, right? Or you go to the website, LikquidCash.com or CreateASteadyHustle.com. Definitely check out the site, because you will see something you like. All my life I heard the expressions, you gotta fake it to make it. But I never really subscribed to that concept, because I believe you gotta think it to make it. See, whatever the mind of man can conceive and bring itself to believe, he can achieve. Change your mind and you can change your life.
Take a whiff, I'm the black Richie Rich. Do it all on my own. I ain't never need a cause it's all in the wrist. She in love with the sniff. I'm in love with the bricks. Like I'm short, like I'm thick. Make a bust like the rhyme. Only hit it one time.
Somebody said I look like a missionary today. Haha, you funny. Shout out to Christina. Shout out to Swayback. Shout out to Leia Gray, being consistent, supporting the platform, showing up. Sometimes that's all it takes, just to show up. You ain't gotta, break bread every time. You ain't gotta, do too much. Just showing up is enough, to be honest. I appreciate you for showing up. Shout out to Simone. Shout out to Lowly Post or Low Post TJ. Man, just want to shout all of you guys out. I left the question inside of the comment section. If you have done the work on yourself, why do you keep ending up with someone who hasn't? Like I said, I've experienced that throughout my life. Being with people that are broken. And, I've done a lot of work on myself. It didn't happen overnight. What you see right now it was a process, It didn't happen overnight. Just understand that. It was a journey. It was a rough one as well. I didn't know where I was going to end up, to be honest. Like I said earlier, I didn't know where I was going to end up. I didn't know what life had in store for me. But along that journey, I was running into a lot of broken people. And then I had to learn as I got older, because a wise man once said to me, he said, you don't get what you want, you get who you are. And that sat with me for a while, and I didn't really understand what he meant when he said it. It took some time. But as I evolve in my consciousness, I start to really understanding the meaning of that quote. You don't get what you want, you get who you are. And I was attracting a lot of broken people because I was broken. All the pieces of my trauma, pain, hurt was laying dormant inside me. And I express it, through anger. Because at a young age, I would get aggravated very easily. I would lash out very easily. Some people would even consider me very mean. Yeah, I was a mean little kid. I'm still somewhat a little mean today, but I don't show it. I don't lash out on people, or I don't get aggravated or get annoyed very easily. Now I have a little bit more tight grip on my emotions. But at a young age, I would get aggravated very easily. I would lash out very easily. And I would get in a lot of trouble because of it. I know right now you probably see a handsome hustler, somebody that's attractive. You don't think I could be harmful or whatever have you, but I was one of those dudes that was attractive but also was a fighter. When it comes to fight or flight, I'm gonna stay and fight. And that's just the natural nature of who I am. I'm a warrior. You dig? It's nothing I try to pretend to be. I'm not the most gangster person in the world. I don't look for trouble. I don't want to get into no trouble. But at a young age, being attractive to the people that was around in my neighborhood at the time, because I didn't think I was attractive. I was very insecure when I was young, so I didn't think I was attractive. But other people thought I was attractive, and because of it, girls liked you and guys hate you. That's how it goes, right? So because of that, I used to get in a lot of fights, a whole heap of fights, just because of the women liking me and the guys just didn't understand what was going on, and they would project their pain and their brokenness through anger as well, and conflict anger and pain on another kid just because they feel insecure about themselves, but they don't know how to deal with their insecurities. So they just rather say, you know what, let's fuck pretty boy up. Pardon my French. You know what I mean? That's what they used to call me when I was in high school, pretty boy. I used to hate that name, but I embrace it now. It is what it is. I ain't tripping about it. But yeah, that's what that was their mentality. Let's fuck pretty boy up. So I used to get in a lot of shit. But but they was insecure and they was broken, and they was dealing with their insecurities in a negative way. And like most kids, right? Most kids do that. Most kids deal with their insecurities in a negative way. They don't know how to, show love or be appreciative of who they are and show love to their fellow brother or their fellow comrade or just a kid they don't even know, right? So you're gonna have bullies. I had bullies when I was coming up in high school as well. So I dealt with a lot. Like I said again, I attracted a lot of broken people because I was broken inside as well because of my upbringings and the things that I've experienced, right? And as I evolve, I start to heal myself of some of the things that I, was holding on to. The trauma, the pain, the hurt, the agony, the frustration, right? I had to heal from that in order to evolve, because I was basically being stagnant. It felt like I couldn't elevate, I couldn't grow, and I didn't know why. Not knowing that my pain and my brokenness was an anchor holding me in place. Not understanding that I had to heal from this. So eventually, I meet some people along my journey. They educated me about some things. And in that process, I learned a few things on how to heal myself, how to get over some of the trauma. And eventually I evolve. And along the way, as you're moving through life, you meet women that you think, that is a good fit for you at the particular time, but they're really not, because they toxic and you're toxic, and that becomes a toxic attraction. Now, you enjoy the fighting and the bickering and the arguing and the back and forth. You enjoy that for some reason, right? But even at this stage in my life, I still meet broken people, and I still involve myself with broken people. And we're going to break down why this is. And I understand why it is. I know why I do it, but I'm going to give you the reason later on in the show why I do it. Most of the time when somebody's reading a book and they get to a word they're not familiar with, they usually skim past that word and continue reading on. I ain't even going to front. I used to do the same thing. But see, when you end up doing that, you usually miss the essence of what the author is trying to convey. So I don't do that anymore. What I do is I Google a word, I write it down, and I memorize it, and I add it to my vocabulary. And that one simple task, separate the winners from the losers. Anytime you try to cut corners and cheat the grind, you end up cheating yourself. And how you do one thing is how you do everything. Check out my new book, Tips on Relationships, The Naked Truth About a Beautiful Lie. Cheers. Cheers, we back like cook crack. How you love that? Hey, listen, man, like I told y'all, all leaders are readers and all readers become leaders. Make sure you get a copy of my new book, Tips on Relationships, The Naked Truth About a Beautiful Lie. I am the truth, so I'm going to give you the naked truth at all times, you dig? Also, Lessons and Legacies is another book you can learn from, how to avoid the pitfalls of success and stay on top. We also got my first book, The Power of Thought. You could think your way to a rich and prosperous life. It's your thoughts and your feelings that create abundance for you. Change your mind and you can change your life. And it's just like that, you dig? But anyway, we're going to get right into it, man. I ain't going to waste no more time. Let's vibe. Now, why do healed people always attract broken partners? The number one reason I found that to be is this. Energy is a magnet, not a filter. Healed people resonate safety, peace, and comfortability. And broken people, they starving for that. Yeah, they starving for that, man. They're not attracted to you. They're attracted to what you provide. Let me say that again. They're not attracted to you. They're attracted to what you provide. But your energy is not a filter. Your energy doesn't prevent those people from coming in your life or just rubbing or brushing shoulders with these people. Your energy won't propel them away. Not initially, but your energy would attract them because they're starving for what you offer. They're starving for what you have. They're starving for what you bring to the table, and you bring peace. You bring safety. You bring comfortability. And they want that. They're attracted to that because they understand that makes them feel some sense of comfort. You dig? And you also got to understand, healed doesn't mean immune. Being healed doesn't protect you from broken people. It just means you can recognize them faster than anybody else. Because when you heal, you can see a person and you can look right through them. You can read them like a book. You recognize a person when they're broken just by what they say out of their mouth. Sometimes they don't even have to speak. Your energy is going to let you know off the dribble, this person is broken. This person is in need for some type of assistance. This person's frequency is not right. They're not in alignment with yours off the rip. So understand these things, man. Once you get healed, you're not immune to the bullshit. Bullshit is all around you. In everyday life, in everyday walks of life, you're going to meet people, that's going to brush shoulders with you. That's going to, be in your atmosphere, show up in your world, right? We see them all day, every day. But how you deal with them, that's a whole nother story. You dig? And the real question is, are you fully healed? That's the real question. Are you fully healed? Because sometimes we attract broken people because there's still a part of us that needs them, because we want to feel needed. We want to be able to utilize what we learned, and we want to be able to pass that wisdom on and share it with the person that we involved with. So sometimes we're not fully healed to the level that we really want to be at. So we attract these people because we want to feel needed, because we're able to help them through their course of action along their journey. You dig? See, but you got to be careful of this, because you see potential, not patterns. And this is a trap, because your growth makes you empathetic. You don't see them for who they are. You see them for who they could be. And that could be a trap. You dig? Because you can't force someone or love someone into healing. They have to want it. They got to really want to heal. They got to feel that inside of them. They got to reach to a point in their life where they say, you know what, I'm tired of going through this and I'm tired of going through that. I'm tired of repeating the cycle. It's time for me to heal. It's time for me to just to evolve as a human being. It's time for me to bring something to the table other than, a toxic mentality or toxic behavior. It's time for me to grow up. It's time for me to be a better person and add to the relationship, bring value. You understand? Because a lot of times broken people are comfortable in familiar pain. I'm going to say that again because I know sometimes shit goes over y'all head. See, broken people are comfortable in familiar pain. So if their last relationship was toxic, the healed version feels wrong to them. The healed person that they're dealing with feels wrong to them, but they won't leave you. And the reason why they won't leave you, because you're the best thing that ever happened to them. I'm going to say that again because I know y'all didn't catch that. Or maybe you did, but I'll say it for the person that's in the back that's listening a little bit too slow and they fell asleep at the wheel. You dig? Understand, broken people are comfortable in familiar pain. Their last relationship, 9 out of 10 times was toxic, and just being around them, the version that you are, it feels wrong to them. They don't even like being around you, honestly. But they won't leave you, really, because they know you're the best thing that ever happened to them. They know that. They know it'll be hard for them to find another person like you because the only people they're attracted to are toxic people. And it's a never-ending cycle. They always repeating the same cycle and running into the same people. And they end up getting lucky running into you because you're a healer. You want to heal them. You want to make them feel better, live better, do better. And it becomes a toxic relationship if they don't want to heal, if they're not ready to heal. And they'll bring toxic energy in your life. And they'll cause a rift in your life and start to mess up things that you got going on. So these are some of the reasons why healed people attract, toxic people, man, and broken people. And a lot of us are dealing with, this silently. A lot of us are in relationships with people that are broken, that are dealing with mental issues, that are not mentally stable. I was talking to someone earlier this week and they was telling me about how they going through a divorce and dealing with a separation with a woman they've been with for almost 20 years. And she's gotten older. She's, up in age. And he's thinking that it maybe got something to do with that. Maybe she got older. She's dealing with bipolar issues. And it's things that, he can't really understand or can't really deal with at this particular time because he don't have that control over her in that way where she's able to listen to reason because she's in a place where she's not mentally there. So now their 20-year marriage is on the brink of being over because she's not able to evolve, even though he evolved and he reached to a point where he's healed and he's dealt with his trauma and he's focused on his business. He's focused on his career. He's taking care of the family. He's holding down the fort. But it got to a place where she's not meeting him where he's at. She's trying to bring him down. And he's trying to fight for the family and she's trying to fight against that. And a lot of people are dealing with that dynamic right now in their relationships where they're feeling unappreciated, men feeling unappreciated because there's a lack of appreciation in the atmosphere right now for some reason. Women are showing a lack of appreciation to the efforts that their men are displaying out there. And most men are not perfect. So just to have a man to show up and show out, pay the bills on time, focus on his business, taking care of the kids, spending time, quality time. When you have something like that, you got to appreciate that. Because at the end of the day, you don't have nobody else in the world but your family. And I'm talking about your immediate family. I'm not talking about your moms. I'm not talking about your dad. And I'm not talking about your sister and your brother. I'm talking about the family that you created. Your son, your wife, your husband, your daughter. That's your immediate family. That's all you got. When the ball drop, when it's all said and done, that's all you truly have. You dig? Your immediate family, the one that you created, the one that you built, because your father, your mother, and your sister and your brother, they living their life. They moving and grooving and doing whatever they want to do. Sometimes they there, sometimes they not. Sometimes they'll answer the phone, sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll lend you a helping hand. Sometimes they just ain't got the time. But your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter, the family you created, that's the one that's going to be there for you when shit hit the fan, when it all falls. If anything happens to you or happen to your wife, that's going to be the one that's going to ride with you. So you have to be aware of who's in your corner. Be aware of who's in your corner, because, a lot of times, like I said, we go through different things in relationships. We go through different things in life. And you get frustrated and you get fed up with the person. You like, man, I'm done with you, man. I'm done with you. It's a wrap. I'm just tired of you. For whatever reason, you just tired of her. You just tired of him, right? And you mad and you frustrated and you ready to leave that person. But when you stop and you really think about it after you finish being upset, being angry, and you really reflect and you really see who's in your corner, and you realize that all you got is that person you mad at. All you got is the woman or the man that you upset with, the one that you say you love, but you upset with that person for right now. That's the only one that's in your corner. Now, you may be able to make something happen if you and them don't work out, right? You may be able to start over. You may be able to pick yourself back up after you fall on your face, because that's what's going to happen. But why go through all of that? Why start over fresh when you put so much time and effort into this person that you upset with right now? And then if you really think about it and you really take time out to just reflect, the thing that you mad at ain't even worth being mad at. And it's damn sure not worth giving up on them for. You dig? It's not worth giving up on the person that you've been rocking with for 2 to 3 years or 4 years or however long. It's not really worth it. You just upset right now. They're showing you signs of, insecurities and things of that nature that is pissing you off. Maybe they're not appreciating the things that you're doing. Maybe you feel neglected. It could be all sorts of reasons. But after the smoke clears, after you calm down and relax and you realize, man, that's the only person that's really in my corner. If I really needed something right now and I really was in a bind and I had to dig myself out of a hole, that's the only person that would offer me a shovel. That's the only person that would lend me a helping hand. That's the only person that would be there for me. So whatever you mad at, whatever you upset at, think about it and ask yourself, is it really that worth it? Is it really that big of an issue? Is it really that big of a problem? Can we resolve this? Can we really just, talk about this and really get to some understanding? And a lot of times you'll come to, a resolution and realize, man, it really ain't that serious, man. Let me chill out. Let me focus. Let me lock in. Maybe she or he's acting this way because I'm lacking in certain things. I'm not doing what I used to be doing. I'm not paying close enough attention to her no more. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm slipping. So let me step my game up. Let me get back in alignment. Matter of fact, get dressed, baby. I got you a nice outfit. Let's go out. You know what I'm saying? Let's go out. There's a nice restaurant that just opened up. I want to take you out on, on a date. And let's date like it's the first time we met each other. And you remember how it was when you first met your girl or you first met your man? You remember how it was? You can't get enough of them. You all over them. You know what I'm saying? You trying to smash on the first night because you like, yeah, she looking good. She got on that dress that, you know what I mean, you like. She's wearing the right heels. And your hands are all over her. You real touchative, you know what I'm saying? You flirtatious. Yeah, you gotta have to redate the person that you've been with for 5 years. Sometimes you gotta get back to that. Sometimes you gotta redate the person you've been with for 5 years. You might have to take a trip. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go out on a dinner date and act like it's the first time y'all ever met. Because it's a different feeling, it's a different vibration, right? When you meet a girl for the first time and you take her out on a date, you're attracted to her. You know what I mean? And pheromones is going off. And you trying to, you know what I mean, handle your business. You trying to have a time with her. You might have to take it back to that. You might have to get back to that to keep that spark alive. You dig? To keep that spark alive. You have to always remember that, man, that's all you got in your corner when it all said and done, man. Your homeboys ain't gonna be there. You know what I mean? The niggas that you say you gonna ride for, you gonna slide for, they not gonna be there when it's all said and done, man. When the smoke clears, you dig? They not gonna hold you down. There's a lot of dudes in jail right now that can't get a letter, a picture, or nothing from their homeboys, man. The only person they could depend on is the woman that they had when they was outside. You dig? When they was in the free world. They in jail, they can't hear from their homeboys, man. They can't get nothing from their homeboys. And it happens all day, every day, right? Women going to jail to see their man. So we gotta really tighten up and understand that. Know who's in your corner. Know who's riding for you. And don't let the world and the noise around you confuse you, misuse you, and take advantage of you and cause you to make a mad move. Because a lot of women make mad moves and they leave their dudes because they think the grass is greener on the other side, not understanding, man, the grass ain't always greener on the other side, man. Some people ain't got no grass. You dig? Yeah, some niggas ain't got no grass. They make you think they do, but when you really go and you check it out, you realize, man, this nigga don't even got no grass. This nigga live in the projects. I was with a man in a 5-bedroom house chilling, enjoying life. Thought this nigga had it going on, and you realize he got a Benz and he live in the projects. It's happening right now today. Don't think this shit ain't going on, man. There's niggas pulling up in the projects in BMWs and Benz, man. They ain't got no grass, man. It's just concrete. So the grass ain't always green on the other side, man. Sometimes niggas can fake it to make it, and they make it look good. So whoever you mad at or upset with, all you got to do is talk it out, man, and come to understanding. But that's really all it calls for, communication. And you sit down and you realize, man, I'm slipping. Let her feel comfortable to open up with you. Let her feel comfortable to really express herself. And you'll realize, man, how much you could learn from your woman if you give her a sense of comfort to make her want to open herself up. You're going to learn something new about your woman you ain't never known before. You dig? So, you know, I'm just here to give you the game. I can't make you use it. You feel me? Each one teach one. Somebody shared the game with me, so I got to share it with y'all. But I can't make you use the game. I just can give you it as best as I can. You know what I mean? But I also want to show y'all something real quick. Give me 1 second.
Man, if you find out, you think, no. Because I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, it's always going to be some girl that's super attractive and better looking than the last one you saw or the last one. It's going to be better. So hopefully you build a foundation where the beauty within, you created a love where she's going to be the most beautiful thing in your sight.
You know what I will say? I was in a 2-year relationship. I've only been in one relationship.
Okay.
I was so in love to where, like, even though, like, there's other girls that, you know, could have, you know,
Right,
the public look better than her.
Right.
I didn't, not one time I thought she was the most beautiful girl on the planet. Not one person was better than her.
Yeah. And that's what, you know, all the stuff that goes on. And that's why, even, you know, with my wife. You know, Tina decided to go her own way. That's why you don't see her right here. But she want to go do something else. That's fine with me. We had our run. We had our run. So even though she had the stroke and getting older, she would never be like, oh man, she was always beautiful in my eyes until you say, I want to go do something else. Now you're not as beautiful to me.
And that happens in a lot of relationships. 30 years. They've been married for 30 years. And all of a sudden, she wake up one day and say, you know what? This ain't working. I want to do something else. You dig? For whatever reason, I just want to do something else. And when you think about that, man, you gave 30 years of your life to this relationship. You gave 30 years of your essence, your energy, your effort to building this family structure, to building this family tree, to building a legacy. They got 3 kids that's in the NBA. Well, at least they got 2 right now. They had 1. Well, they had 3. They got 2 right now that's in the NBA. So you spend 30 years of your life building this legacy, and all of a sudden you just wake up one day and say you want to do something else, man. And it happens all day, every day, not understanding what you're really doing. You leaving behind a legacy. You leaving behind a family structure, a family tree, just because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day, or for whatever reason. Maybe he did something you didn't like. But either way, when you going through situations like that, sometimes you just need to pump the brakes and relax and understand that you build something of value. You build equity in a family. You build equity into this structure that you've created from the bottom all the way to the top. You can't leave that just because you feeling some type of way. You can't leave that just because you woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You got to thug it out. You got to find some way to come to a common ground and come to an understanding and work it out with each other. That's the way I look at it. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe he did something that calls for her leaving. I don't know. But if you've been around this man for 30 years, you know all of his deepest and darkest secrets. You know everything about this person. So it ain't like this person just changed overnight and became someone new. Maybe you have, but the person you with haven't. So you know everything about him. But life is funny like that. Women will wake up one day and be gone. Nobody is here with you to the end of time. It's like we have this notion that somebody's going to be with you forever and we're going to, live happily ever after, and you're going to be with me to the end of time. Nah, you come in this world alone, you're going to die alone. Right? Nobody's going to be there for you until the end of time. So it's always important to understand you have to protect yourself as well when you're in these relationships, especially if you're dealing with somebody that's not on your frequency and for some reason, for whatever reason, they start to drift away from the structure or the program that you got going on. You got to protect yourself from these situations as well, because sometimes they'll try to hurt you. Sometimes they'll try to take everything from you. They want the house, the kids, and the dog, right? It can get real ugly and get real nasty. But if you, in my opinion, been with somebody for 30 years, whatever you beefing about, whatever y'all got going on, y'all could work that shit out. Even if y'all are upset with each other and you decide to say, I'm going to stay upstairs, you stay downstairs. Right now, we beefing, we ain't talking, and we mad at each other. But eventually, that anger will subside. You understand? Because if you make a mad move and you leave, it's hard to come back because the man will never see you the same. Understand that, ladies. Once you leave and come back, the man or your man will never see you the same ever again. Because you gave up on him. You left. You gave another man another shot. You gave someone else an opportunity to be in your life. So if you decide to come back, and maybe he might let you back in, because sometimes dudes they love their girl so much or they love their woman so much, they let you back in. But he ain't gonna never treat you the same. He gonna never see you the same. It ain't gonna never be the same because you gave up on him. You left. You gotta ride it out, especially if you've been down for 30 years, especially if you've been dealing with him for all this time. Come on, man. You got kids with this man. You build a legacy with this man. All of a sudden now you feel like, okay, the grass is green on the other side, or I want to do something else. Nah, man, you tripping. Lock in. Focus. Understand what you leaving behind, man. Because your future is greater together than apart. But that's just my vantage point. I'm outside looking in. It could be deeper. It could be darker. I don't know. But I'm just, speaking to the situation. I felt that was a very pivotal, moment in that person's life, LeVar Ball. And I feel like, we could learn from that. That can, teach us some things about relationships and teach us some things about people. That somebody could be with you for 30 years and still end up leaving you. You know what I mean? But men don't do shit like that. Men don't be with somebody for 30 years and then all of a sudden say, I'm gone. She look good. She's finer. She cooks better. She cleans better. I'm out. Men would never do nothing like that. Men don't do crazy shit like that, man. We've been with you for 30 years. We locked in. We ride until the wheels fall off. It is what it is. That's how men operate because we really solid and loyal when we really rock with somebody. We've been down with you for 30 years. Men are loyal. We not moving. Now, we might not be faithful. We might smash one or two things on the side within that 30 years. Some niggas might have a whole different relationship with another family. But for whatever reason, if he spent 30 years with you, it don't matter. He not leaving you. And I know because I got a brother, been with his woman for 25 years. 25 years. They was locked in. And they've been through a lot of, different things in their relationship, I'm sure. But he was locked in. 25 years with this chick, my older brother. And I salute him for that. I commend him for that. He inspired me. I'm like, damn, how do you do it? How can you be with somebody for 25 years? They was high school sweethearts. So I look at him as an inspiration and be like, wow, that's impressive. I wish I could be like that. But me, I'm, God ain't blessed me with that person thus as of yet. You know what I mean? Not that I'm looking. I'm not even looking for that person at this particular moment. You know what I mean? But the fact that he's able to do that, that's impressive. So I salute him, for staying solid with one woman for 25 years. You know what I mean? So that's big for a man. And once we rock with you, man. Niggas, we don't really make moves like that, man. When we rock with you, once we rock with you, it's set in stone. Only you could fuck that up. Know what I mean? Any woman that I'm involved with, and we've been together for more than 2 years, only you can mess that relationship up. Only you can make me not fuck with you. Only you can make me say, okay, I want to move on and see somebody else or be with somebody else. Because once we rocking, we rocking. You dig? And that's how most men are. Most men are really solid and loyal to the person they commit themselves to or the person they've been with for more than 2 to 3 years. We really be rocking with the person, but only them could really fuck that up. And a lot of times women do and don't even know it. By saying something stupid, doing something stupid, just waking up with a thought, negative thinking, being pessimistic. All of a sudden now you don't feel the same. The love ain't the same. The sex ain't the same. Whatever, right? And you pessimistic and you just thinking negative instead of coming up with a solution and trying to resolve the situation, you make a mad move. And all the niggas that's in the comment, I know y'all could relate. Y'all been with a situation or a female that made a mad move, made a decision because she's in her feelings. She's upset. She's angry. Not understanding that anger is going to subside and sooner or later, it's going to be water under the bridge. You just got to let it, simmer down. Well, anyway, let's see what's going on in the comments, man. Women always leave mentally before they leave physically, for sure. Y'all know I ain't going to wait too long for y'all to call. Matter of fact, let's go to a commercial break while y'all think about it. Everybody always asks me, what do I put in my hair? They want to know how I keep my hair shining the way it does. As you can see, I am the wave king. Nobody wavier than me. It's a done deal. You can start calling me Mr. Tsunami. But I want to put y'all on to my new product. It's called Liquid Gold. Natural hair oil that you definitely need in your life ASAP. I'm gonna walk you through how I keep my hair shining the way it does, you dig? First, you gotta get you one of these right here. This is a Ziploc bag. Could you put it in your hand and still rub it all over your hair? Yeah, you can, but I use a Ziploc bag because I keep my waves laid flat. And you already know, waves are just curls laid flat, you know what I mean? So boom, you get the bottle of liquid gold, you get as much as you can, you drop it on the Ziploc bag like such, you rub it all together, and you start to moisturize your hair, man. You know, somebody might say, why are you using a Ziploc bag? Listen, man, I am who I am, man. I do things a little bit different around here, man. And I like my waves to be, you know what I mean, compressed and looking fresh. So definitely get y'all some liquid gold, man. Trust me, it's gonna change your life. If y'all wanna keep y'all hair looking right, you dig, get you that liquid gold. If you want better edge control, ladies, definitely get you some liquid gold. If you wanna refrain from going bald, get you that liquid gold natural hair oil. From yours truly, LikquidCash.com. Check out the site. You're definitely gonna see something you like. Cheers. Cheers, what it is. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't.
Yo, what happening, man? What's going?
Man, everything going, my brother. What's popping, man? What's going down? Where you calling from?
Hey, I'm calling from Daytona Beach, Florida.
Okay, shout out to Florida, man.
I'm 21, so man, I just pulled up to the gym. Now. I was working out earlier, but I had to come back because, bro, I'm so motivated. Like, I've been down here my whole life, but I've been so motivated. I've been listening to Brian Tracy. I've been listening to your videos.
Okay.
I was just listening to Think and Grow Rich. But I really got a burning desire for real, like, dead serious. So, like, I got some things I'm finna pull off. I'm about to pull some crazy move that I don't have to pull. It's gonna have me so uncomfortable, but I'm pulling it anyway because I got a burning desire for that life I want.
I could dig that.
But
Can't hear you no more, bro.
before you got the Rolls Royce and all the good shit.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you. Your phone broke up for a second. Say that again.
So I'm saying, like, how was it on your come up, like, before you got the Rolls Royce and all the good shit?
How was the journey? What you mean? What's the question?
Like, how was the journey? How was the journey?
I mean, the ride was rough. You know, you got to do a lot of healing, soul searching. And the number one thing you got to do, you got to get right spiritually. That's the number one thing.
Right.
You got to get right spiritually. It's mind over matter. Right?
And you got to control your thoughts, right? You got to, like, control what you're seeing and control your vibration, and don't let nobody around you that's vibrating on a lower level and that's lazy.
The thing about it is this. You got to remember this. If you don't remember nothing else I said today, I want you to remember this. Thoughts are the fire that creates the steam that turns the wheel of fortune. I don't know.
Say it one more time.
Thoughts are the fire that creates the steam that turns the wheel of fortune. I want you to.
Shit.
I want you to.
I gotta put that on my notes.
Yeah, I want you to write that down and put that to remembrance. You know what I mean? Remember that, and keep that in the back of your subconscious mind, because a lot of times what we do is we work hard and thinking that is going to take us further when we don't need to be working. That's why Napoleon Hill wrote the book called Think and Grow Rich, not Work Hard and Grow Rich. It's about the thinking. The thinking is way more important than the actions. You dig? We trying to get the fortune. We trying to get the moolah, right? But we don't understand that thinking is the fire. that creates the steam that turns the wheel of fortune. So the thought process has to be right. Right now, you at a place where, you're going through a phase where you're unconsciously, most people are unconsciously incompetent. They don't know what they don't know. But you at a good place. You aware that you don't know. So you're consciously incompetent. You consciously, know that I don't know the answers. You know that I don't have it all mapped out. So you're searching for the answers. And that's a great place to be, because that means you're coachable, you're teachable, you're willing to learn. And that's a perfect place to be, because your willingness to learn and your willingness to accept change got to be at a 10. I learned that from my mentor, KT. You got to be at a 10 when it comes to your willingness to learn and your willingness to accept change. You dig? So once you're there, and this is a sweet spot to be, then you'll get to the next step, which is called conscious incompetence. Excuse me, my bad. I meant to say conscious competence. And this is something I teach in my Cash Academy, right? I give this information out of my Cash Academy because it's the 4 steps of learning. And I learned this from my mentor. You go through a phase called unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. And then you get to another phase in your life where you're consciously incompetent. You know that you don't know, and you're searching for the answer. And then eventually you get to conscious competence, where you know and you applying it consciously. It's like before you learn how to tie your shoelace, somebody showed you, and you was doing it consciously. You was aware, and you was consciously figuring out how to tie your shoelace. And you say, okay, this lacing go over this lacing, this one go over that one, and you was consciously applying it. That's how the information is. Once you start to evolve, you will start to consciously apply the information. And then you want to get to the perfect spot, the sweet spot, the great spot, which is unconsciously competent. You know it like you know your first and last name. You applying the information. You applying what you read in Think and Grow Rich. You applying what you learned from the podcast you watch. Now you applying it in your day-to-day life. And you don't have to think about applying it. You do it unconsciously. It's a part of you. And when you get to that place, that raises your DNA vibration. Once you raise your DNA vibration, you change everything in your life, because now your currency is connected to your frequency. So if you raise your frequency, you raise your vibration, then you're going to eventually raise your currency, because the people that are going to come into your life is going to be like-minded, influential, and that's going to be doing better. And then you're going to learn more things. You're going to be open to more things. That's how it happened for me. You got to understand, when I was moving and grooving in New York, doing my thing on the streets, and I was searching for how to get over the hump, I ran into a dude that I grew up with. But we just saw each other in passing. And we grew up in the Bahamas together. And then I ended up seeing him in New York. And then we connected, and he was doing big things. And we was like-minded. And we tied in and locked into this day. Every day we trade together, and we do stocks together, and we find different ways to invest our money. We invest every morning. We wake up and we invest in the S&P 500. That's my Ace Boon Coon. That's family. But I had to be on his frequency in order to pull him into my life.
Right.
And once I was on his frequency and we pulled each other into each other's life, we hit the ball, we hit the ground running. And that's when everything changed for me. So that's when everything will change for you. You have to do it internally. You have to do it internally. You have to get more connected to a higher power, because you alone can't do it. Your energy can only take you so far. You got to tap into God. You got to tap into the spiritual essence, because the mind is spiritual. You understand? The mind is spiritual. The mind and the brain is 2 separate entities. I'm going a little bit too deep, but that's another conversation. But you kind of get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I do.
Your phone breaking up right now, my brother. I can't really hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just want to let you know I appreciate the question. I appreciate you calling in. But I'm going to leave the lines open for somebody else to call in because your phone breaking up at the moment, all right? Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you.
No problem. Man, he got a little bit more than I normally give. But, you know, I let the spirit move me. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I let the spirit move me. I let the spirit take me where it need to be. So, you know, God wanted me to say that. So it is what it is. You got it. Like I said again, it's mind over matter. If it don't elevate your mind, if it don't add to your grind, it really don't matter. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't. You're now tapped into Create a Steady Hustle with yours truly, LikquidCash.
Hey, good evening, Cash. How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you doing?
I'm good. That's good. I just wanted to comment on the Mr. Ball thing and them being married. I just got a question for men, even in the comments, even for you. Why are men, like, when a woman walks away, no matter how long she's been with him, why do they act like it's the end of the world?
Because we really love the person that we involved with. What you mean then? When you care about somebody and you really been rocking with somebody and you gave 30 years of your life to somebody, it's damn near the end of the world. But eventually you got to pick yourself up because we care that much. When a man really loves somebody, and I mean truly love somebody, man, and they leave you or they decide to separate from you, it is the end of the world, man. What you mean? Anybody I give 30 years of my life to and they decide to wake up and leave, it's the end of the world. But eventually I'm going to get over it because I'm a man. I'm going to get over it. I'm going to feel some type of way because we human beings, we're going to have feelings. We're going to feel some type of way. We got the right to be upset. We got the right to feel some type of way. But eventually you'll get over it. You'll move on. And you'll rebuild. You'll rebuild. So yeah, you say that like it was, is the wrong thing to feel. Nah, it's okay to feel like it's the end of the world when somebody you've been involved with for over 20 to 30 years of your life. And all of a sudden one day, that person is not with you no more. That's your best friend. That's the person that's been rocking with you for 30 years. Y'all are best friends. Y'all know more about each other than anybody else in the world. You dig? So if a man feels some type of way, he got the right to feel some type of way about that. But long as he don't drown in his sorrow, you know what I'm saying? Long as he don't just stay mad and stay upset, move on, because you still got to grow. You still got to evolve. You still got to live. You don't drown in your sorrow, you'll be all right. Know what I mean? And if a woman don't feel like it's the end of the world by leaving the one she been with for 30 years, that says more about her than it does about him. And the fact that you ask that question and you ask it with such conviction, you ask it with such annoyance, it almost sounds like you was annoyed that men feel that type of way once somebody leaves them. That says more about you than it says about LeVar Ball. But that's a whole nother conversation. You feel me? Yeah, say that again. My bad.
I tell you, your service bad in that building because it dropped the call when I was talking to you.
Yeah, it is horrible. It's horrible. I ain't gonna lie. But go ahead. While you got the floor, you can talk.
Okay, so I was saying that because I feel like, like I said, we already was building up your rap sheet. And so when we put it in front of you or present it in front of you, it's like, okay, so this is what we have. This is the evidence. So now what?
I mean,
and then we decide to leave. But it's not an annoyance. It's just like, I don't know, maybe because I'm a Sag, so I don't know. I walk away at the slightest irritation. I just can't deal.
But you got to understand this. You can't build a solid foundation with somebody if you leave at the first annoyance or the first situation. You can't really build. It's like dealing with anybody. It's like dealing with a best friend. You and your best friend are gonna fight sometime. That's a part of the relationship. Y'all are not gonna always agree. Y'all two different individuals. But when you care about somebody, you really rocking with somebody, and you claim you really love somebody, whatever the issue is, you can be able to overcome it, long as it ain't something that's detrimental. It's something that's far left. But if it's something, most of the time it's things that you can communicate about and y'all can come to a certain agreement. But a lot of times women jump ship too fast, not giving it an opportunity to see where y'all can grow. Listen, at the end of the day, if you're able to talk through a situation and you're able to overcome an adversity, it only is going to make the relationship stronger. It's never going to make the relationship weaker. It's only going to make the relationship stronger. But when you leave, oh man, forget about it, because he's not going to look at you the same.
Well, that's true, because I've been through that before. He felt like he had to get his little gig back because I decided to up and leave for whatever reason. But I just feel like, if I don't like to be controlled. I like my space. And sometimes I go into a dead space where I just want to be left alone. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But I do agree with you when it came to when you was like, shit, well, just go in another part of the house or whatever. We could talk about it later or whatever whenever you get out your feelings. Now, yeah, when you with somebody for like that long, I don't care if it's like 5 years. Like, go in another room or something like that, I'm that type. Yeah, I get it.
And most definitely, I agree with that, because that's why men have man caves in the house. You go to the man cave and you just chill there for a week. Y'all could be in the same house.
Right.
You just chill there for a week. She just come to bring you food. That's it. You go upstairs.
Not come to bring you food.
Yeah, you just go.
You sure you want to eat it? It might be your last meal.
See, you gotta watch out for you, man. Gotta watch out for you. It might be his last meal. You a problem, man.
I just teasing.
Okay, well, yeah.
I always gotta come and make you laugh.
Most definitely, man. I can dig that though, man. I appreciate you calling and asking that question though, for sure. You feel me?
Okay, talk to you later. Have a good one, honey.
Thank you. You can call back now. See, when I'm on the phone, don't call in, because it's going to be hard for me to answer the phone. But you can call back now. The person that was banging my line. Cheers, what it is and what it ain't.
What's up, big bro?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm blessed. How you doing?
Yeah, man, you an inspiration, man.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm trying, man. I'm doing what I do, and I do what I does, man. But talk to me. Man, my service is bad in this building, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. When you invest in S&P 500, like, what stocks, and are you doing futures and stocks, or are you doing, you know what I'm saying, like, what you like investing in?
That's another conversation for another live. Right now, we just talking about, why healed people attract, broken partners. We not talking about financial episodes.
Okay.
I just was taught.
Okay, well, me personally.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like healed people, they attract broken people, not because so they can fix them, but so certain things can be revealed in that person that they might not see themselves. Because every person is a mere reflection of you. So your inner, it pushes out your outer. So all the things that you see on the outside of you, that's what's going on the inside of you. I was once told that if you ever want to, see the contents of your thoughts, just look at your situation.
I agree.
So in them situations, when you attract, these type of women or this type of broken person, you basically only attracting the things that's supposed to be revealed.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a part of you that you don't conduct on an everyday basis, but it might be something in them that they might see that you can be like, hey, man, you doing this wrong. Because they didn't see it. They couldn't see it for themselves because you bias towards yourself. So it's on you to fix yourself. I don't feel like nobody can fix you. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you can be healed. I feel like you have to heal yourself, and you have to notice the flaws and deficiencies which inside your own soul. But people can help you, though. They say God speak to man through man for the benefit of man. And I'm a firm believer in that. So if I pull your coattail and tell you, hey, man, this is what you're doing wrong, and you don't pay attention, then you know that's a problem. So that's how I feel about it.
Hey, man, I appreciate your wisdom. You drop a whole ton of knowledge just now, man. I hope you got a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you got a podcast teaching these people, man, because you dropped some wisdom just now, man. I ain't even want to cut your wisdom because you said some profound shit, man. You did? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know. I can see you been doing. I can see you been doing the knowledge.
Yeah. That's I'm real big, man. I'm real big on educating and expanding my brain capacity, man. It's important because I'm sought out to be somebody that basically that don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
right.
we nobody is human. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a God, though. You know what I'm saying? I mirror my heavenly Father's image. I'm just a mirror image.
Exactly.
Him,
exactly.
And that's how I conduct myself every day, no matter whether I'm to the ground, no matter whether I'm up. My morals and my principles don't always stay intact, always, because that's the guideline of life. You know what I'm saying? That's the guidance. You stick to your integrity before anything, and you don't sell out for nothing. So as long as I keep that about myself, I know for sure God gonna guide me. He gonna give me his protection. Because in the Bible it say God will help you do whatever you feel like you want to do, whatever you feel like you need to do, as long as it's righteous. Then I'm gonna protect you. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I wake up, man, every day doing these things and these key components about life, I'm gonna be good. And I'm fucked up right now. You know what I'm saying? I just got out the joint, big bro. You know
man,
I just did 13 years.
Oh, you was in there. You was in there reading.
Because that's the only thing I can do to get away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's either let my brain rot, you know what I'm saying, or build my knowledge, bro, and get out with something that I can actually give somebody that's worth having. You know what I'm saying? Besides all the materialistic stuff, I can give you something that you can keep. So it's either you want to fish or you want to learn how to fish. And once I learn how to fish, bro, you can't tell me nothing. I'm gonna eat every day. I'm gonna eat food for thought. It's extremely powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Well, pardon me for cutting your wisdom, my brother, but you got a bright future. You dig? Even though you did 13 years, man, you coming out, or you came out sharper than most of the people that's been outside and just, moving through life, doing whatever, not feeding their brain. So you've been spending your time wisely. You got a bright future.
Yes, sir.
And everything you want is going to come to you. I can already hear it in your conviction, in your spirit, in your wisdom. So just stay the course, man. Stay the course. You know what I mean? Don't let no distraction deter you. Stay the course, and everything you desire will be manifested in your reality, man. I appreciate you tapping in, my brother. How old are you, by the way, and where you tapping in from? My service is janky right now. Yeah, man, leave it in the chat, my brother. Service, it hung up. But yeah, let me know where you tapping in from, because you definitely was spitting some knowledge, man, and I appreciate that. We getting a lot of calls tonight, man. We're getting a lot of calls tonight. I'm being overwhelmed with all these calls. I wasn't supposed to be on this live this long. You got to call back, man. I missed your call. This person has been calling a lot, so I'm gonna call them back because they've been calling a lot.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will...
Cheers. This person been calling a lot. Let me call you back, man, because you obviously got something to say.
Hello.
Cheers. What it is and what it ain't, man. I had to call you back because you was calling a lot and I couldn't get your call for whatever reason. So I said, you know what? Let me call you back because, you know, you got something to say important.
I do, always.
You got to turn your background noise down, though, because I could hear it.
I just paused it.
Okay, I appreciate that. What's going down?
Now, my question is, now I know you said like to keep your day in and stuff, and that's a good thing because how are you going to find somebody healed? But do you really, honestly, really, truly think I need an honest answer that men do really actually heal? Or do you think they just find somebody that's good for their comfort of trauma?
What you mean? Break that down. Because
technically, because everybody has different traumas. It could be childhood trauma or alcohol abuse, drug addiction, sex addiction. So you figure, so if the man gets with somebody or whatever, and let's say he's healed, but there's also triggers that could bring it back. So you say it's not good. Women always leave at the first, like, you know.
I got the answer for. I kind of get what you're trying to say, and I got the question. So let me see if I can answer this the best way possible. You know, but I'm gonna be completely honest too when I answer this question. Now, I only can speak for myself, right? When it comes to me, am I 100% healed? No, I'm not 100% healed. I don't think anybody is 100% healed. We have to always be in awareness of where we are in life and who we are. And once you're aware of your strength and your weaknesses and who you are as a person, you learn how to deal with these traumas better. You learn how to deal with yourself. You know how to deal with your triggers. You know how to suppress the ego. You know how to suppress the pride. You know how to just not, you don't lash out in a negative way. You try to mentally respond. So it's like a drug addict. Just because they don't do drugs today, that doesn't mean they stop being a drug addict. No, they just learn how to deal with their addiction every day. So you have to learn how to deal with your traumas every day. You know what I mean? So we have to learn how to deal with being egotistical. We have to learn how to deal with being arrogant. We have to learn how to deal with the traumas of your father or your mother not being in your life, and you suffer from abandonment issues. You got to learn how to deal with these things, right? And every day is a battle. Every day. That's why you have to constantly be teaching yourself. You have to constantly be reading. You have to constantly be listening to audiobooks. You have to constantly go to seminars and be around like-minded people that spread positive energy, that gives recognition, that gives you reassurance, and lets you know that, man, you're a great person. I don't know who you are, but I can feel your spirit. I can feel your energy. You're a solid individual. People telling you that gives you the reassurance that you're moving in the right direction, that you are making changes. But that doesn't mean you're not going to have a day when you're not triggered. It's how you react and how you respond when you're triggered. That's what it's really all about. How do you respond when you're triggered? And if you respond negatively, then you know that you got more work to do. But if you respond positively, you could give yourself a pat on the back and say, man, I'm doing better. I'm better than I was yesterday. So I'm always evolving. I'm always growing. I'm always learning. And the thing about this, my mentor always used to say, man, it's 5 minutes to learn, a lifetime to master. You never really truly master yourself, but you could, work on it day by day, every day, in every way. You're just going to get better and better with time. So that's one of the things that I apply to my life. And I understand that it's 5 minutes to learn, but a lifetime to master. So it's going to take a lifetime to master you. But it's a wonderful experience once you could appreciate who you are and you could appreciate the journey. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a journey. So yeah, we don't always heal 100%. We always got to deal with something, some trauma or something that's inside of us that want us to do, the opposite of what we should be doing. You know what I mean? That energy is always there. But you as the individual got to know your strength and you know your weaknesses. That's why the Bible said, know thyself. You have to know thyself. And once you know yourself, man, that's it. Know what I mean? You got once you know yourself, you got the job halfway done. Now you got to put some work on it.
I know myself, so I stay in the house.
Yeah, see, well, that's good. You know yourself, so you stay in the house. But you know that's the thing. It's a never-ending struggle. I don't let no day go by without working on me. No day.
How am I gonna heal if I'm not out being around the triggers and just?
You should be around the triggers.
How to deal with them different.
Yeah, you should be around.
Everybody's gonna trigger you.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna trigger.
Let me tell you this. Let me add on to that. You shouldn't hide from the people that trigger you. You shouldn't hide from the triggers. I use the things that trigger me as my learning ground. That's my training stages. So when I'm dealing with people and I'm dealing with everyday life and things that trigger my emotions or trigger me in a negative way, that's the time I use my teachings and the things that I've learned, and I see if they actually working. So I don't avoid people or avoid situations that might trigger me in certain ways. I use that as a training ground. You dig? So you gotta have fun with it. You can't just say, you know what, I'm gonna stay in the house and stay away from people because people are crazy. Nah, you gotta have fun with it. You gotta have fun with it because you only know if you're evolving if you're actually going through something. You gotta actually put yourself to the test. You know how a lot of women try to say, you know what, I'm not going to be with nobody because of whatever reason. I'm building myself. I'm learning myself. I'm healing myself. But you never know if you heal or if you evolve, if you not in a relationship with somebody that can possibly point the finger or push the button. So you gotta be with somebody that can push your button and trigger you, because that's when you know that you evolving, you growing, and you've changed and you making progress. But if you stay by yourself and you doing your healing in your house and you don't ever go out in the real world and deal with people, then you never know how much you've healed. You never know how much you've grown. So you want to be tested. I love being tested. I love being triggered.
I don't.
I know you don't, but you have to get in love with dealing with reality, because that's part of your reality, right? You're not.
No, it's safer at home. Like,
it is safe it is safe at home, but you have to deal with people. You can't be by yourself all day, every day. You got to deal with people.
That's true.
And somebody will trigger you. It could be a family member. It could be your son. It could be your daughter. It could be your father. It could be your mother. Somebody will trigger you at some point. But like I said again, you use that as a training ground. Use it as a gauge of letting you know where you at, and to let you know, okay, I got to do some more work. And that goes for everybody. It goes for, nobody is exempt. Sometimes I go through things in my life and I say, man, I got to get back to my studies. I got to get back to more, reading. I got to get back to more, being around like-minded people. I got to get back into my books. I got to get back into my lessons. I got to get back into my teachings, because you know yourself, and you know when certain things trigger you, and you know when you overreact, and you should have been more, smoother about your reaction to the situation. So yeah, but you got to understand this. Life is a game. You make the rules. Set the rules up for you to win.
True.
Know what I mean? But I hope I was able to answer your question, though. I appreciate you calling and asking that question. I don't know if you can hear me, but the service is kind of janky in the building, but it is what it is. But let me get to the question that Leah Gray, she sent me that $4.99. I appreciate you for supporting the platform. Hey, listen, man. I could buy the Brooklyn Bridge if y'all keep supporting like that, man. Y'all keep on supporting. Y'all keep on doing that. I could buy the Brooklyn Bridge sooner or later, man. You know what I'm saying? $4.99. Hey, man, every dollar counts, right? I'm just here to give you some game, man. Put some paint where it ain't. The question is, how do you discern if someone is really solid when y'all having arguments and and concerns are left unanswered. Now, when you're dealing with somebody and you have a certain type of relationship and y'all going back and forth and y'all arguing, y'all having a little discord, sometimes the arguments don't get resolved that day. I know, we like to have closure right then and there. Sometimes the person you're dealing with might need some time to recollect. They might need some time to just reflect and be by themselves for a second and find, the error in their ways and where they could have reacted differently, or how could they dealt with the situation another way. Everything or every argument ain't gonna be resolved the same time or the same day y'all have the argument. It's gonna take time. You dig? It's gonna take, the person getting to a level of understanding and awareness within themselves, and then come back to the argument later with a calmer mind, a clearer mind, calmer spirit, and now y'all can come to a resolution. And then depending on how the person is reacting, because sometimes you can have an argument with somebody, right? And they just overreacting. It's a $5 problem, but she treating it or he's treating it like it's $1 million issue. It's only a $5 problem, man. It's not really even a problem. I'm just using the word problem, but that's the wrong word. It's not even really a problem. It's just a complaint. It's not really even a real issue, because a lot of times people have complaints and not real issues. And I don't know, for me personally, I don't like to deal with complaints. I like to resolve issues. I don't have time for complaints. I don't have patience for complaints. You dig? I like to resolve real issues. Now, if you complaining about something, that's something personal that got to deal with you. That's something personally that you have to deal with. Because certain women, certain people, they like to complain all the fucking time. They can find, the bad in anything. Because they have a pessimistic mindset. That's why I tell any woman that I'm involved with, before you come to me with a problem, let me know if this is a complaint or is it an issue. If it's an issue, I can resolve the issue. We can tackle it. We can come out with a solution, right? We can come up with a solution. But if it's a complaint, you deal with that shit on your own, man. Because I ain't complaining about nothing in life. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying this ride. It ain't gonna be perfect. It ain't gonna be smooth sailing. But I'm gonna enjoy this ride, because you can't climb a smooth mountain. You dig? So yeah, man, some issues ain't gonna be resolved that day. But make sure that, eventually the issue get resolved. Especially if y'all rocking with each other and y'all solid with each other, y'all resolve the issue. Come back, revisit the issue at another day, another time. You know what I mean? And if he's somebody that really rock with you, or if you somebody that really rock with them, eventually y'all will revisit the issue and y'all come up with a resolution, you know what I mean? But don't overthink it. Just ask yourself, is it even a real issue? You know what I mean? 9 out of 10 times you might realize, shit, I'm just over here complaining. You dig? Anyway, man, I enjoyed this conversation. I had a good time, man. You dig? I had a great time. TikTok, y'all stay active. I appreciate y'all. If you want to follow me on TikTok, it's LikquidCash Official. LikquidCash Official. LikquidCash Official. All right, you can follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Facebook as well. And I want you to understand that over here at Create a Steady Hustle, it's about mind over matter. If it don't elevate your mind, if it don't add to your grind, it really don't matter. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here, because y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me and y'all vibing with me. So, the only thing I ask is that y'all like, y'all engage, and y'all share the content, because we trying to grow the page. We trying to evolve. We trying to take it to the next level. I give a lot of good game. I try to give the best game I possibly can. I be as honest as I can. I'm giving you the naked truth. I don't sugarcoat nothing. So sometimes when I say things, people gonna get offended. Some people gonna get mad. Some people gonna get upset. But all you're getting, I want you to get some understanding. You dig? And if you get some understanding, then my job is done. If you don't remember anything I said today, I want you to remember this. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Cheers.
Yeah. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean. Niggas can't fuck with me, man.
That boy.
It's LikquidCash, I need it all out the stash. I'ma get rich or I'ma get deported. Riding cross country, my Ford Taurus. With 2 hoes and they both foreign. These trick niggas about to get extorted.